What's up guys, this is Darkbblue. The newest demo of Wolong is now released. Have you played it and how many times have you died? In this video, I will introduce to you the most basic and important mechanics in this game, Spirit. And I believe this will help you play better and suffer less. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's begin. In Wolong, both enemies and yourself have something called Spirit. Although they are both called Spirit and they indeed look similar, I think it's better to understand them independently. And now let's first start with the Spirit of enemies. Spirit is displayed below the health bar. On the right side is a blue bar indicating positive spirit, and on the left side is orange indicating negative spirit. If you feel spirit is too hard to understand, you can consider it as some sort of stunning bar. When you manage to reduce enemy spirit to its lower limit, the enemy will be stunned and give you a chance to do execution and deal lots of damage. So indeed, it is a stunning bar. There is only one way for enemies to increase their spirit, and that is making sure one attack hits you or is blocked by you. But I believe your first choice when facing attack is using deflect. So practically, it's really hard for enemies to increase their spirit. But on the contrary, it is much easier to reduce their spirit. When you successfully deflect enemies' attack and when you hit enemies, you will reduce their spirit. And when enemies use special attack where you can see red lights on them, this move will also consume some spirit. Besides spirit itself, you can also influence the upper and lower limit of it. When enemies attack, especially red light attacks, are deflected, the limit will be reduced. And when you use heavy attack and martial arts to hit enemies, the limit will also be reduced. As a result of decreased spirit limit, it will be even easier for you to reduce spirit to the lower limit. But be careful, as once you perform the execution, the lower and upper limit will be restored. All in all, that's everything about the spirit of enemies. If you feel it a bit complicated, just remember, in essence, it's a stunning bar. Everything from the spirit is easier to decrease than increase. The fact that you can also decrease its upper and lower limit is meant to help you reduce spirit to its lower limit and perform execution. Also, this indicates the ideal combat style of Wolong. In most time, your main target should be reducing enemy spirit and spirit limit, and only when you successfully stun enemies is it the time to do serious damage. Now it's time to turn to ourselves and see how the spirit of players work. Again, if you feel the word spirit is not informative enough, just consider it as some sort of energy. You can stack your spirit by two means. When you deflect attacks, your spirit will increase. And when you use light attacks and weapon switching attacks to hit enemies, your spirit will also increase. I know some may consider player's spirit as stamina, but there's one slight yet important difference between them. Your light attacks won't consume spirit, but stack it. So I think it's better to think it as energy. You can stack your energy both passively by deflecting and actively by light attacks. When you stack enough energy, it's time to consume it. Your heavy attack will consume all blue spirit, and the more it consumes, the more powerful it becomes. Also, your martial arts and spells consume some units of spirit. You can consider this means as exchanging energy for some benefit like damage. And when you block or dodge and get hit, your spirit will decrease. This can be seen as punishment. When you make mistakes, your energy will decrease. All in all, by considering player spirit as energy, this becomes easier to understand. You can stack your spirit both passively and actively, and then consume it to perform powerful moves. Now combine this knowledge to the ideal combat style mentioned before, you will get a thorough understanding of the spirit mechanics in Wolong. As a conclusion, both enemies and yourself have something called spirit, but they are in essence different. Anime Spirit is closer to Stunning Bar. It helps you understand the ideal combat style of Wolong. And your Spirit is closer to Energy. You stack it passively and actively, and then consume it for powerful attacks. These two combined together, now you get the spirit mechanics of Wolong. Actually, from these basic spirit mechanics, I can still draw more conclusions and deductions. But there are only 2 levels in demo version, so I don't have enough study materials to confirm them. When Wolong is finally released, I will make some new videos to further explain myself, so remember to follow my activities. If you like my story and if you want to join me into depth of games, just like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you around.